Hello, everybody. It's Telicious 587. I haven't made a video in a while because I've been on vacation, to be honest, enjoying my vacation with my family. But I wanted to speak on a subject matter that's been in the news and the media a lot lately, very disturbing, about the attacks on the Asian community. The attacks been going on everywhere. They've been going on in I'm in the Bay Area. I'm from California. San Francisco, Oakland area, as far away as New York. There have been attacks on the Asian communities, and it's very disturbing. And I want to speak on that because the news has been making comments on, even the president and Vice President Kamala Harris are making comments about it. Everybody's speaking about, why are people doing this? Why? Why are they attacking Asians? This is horrible. Why are they doing this? And there's several reasons why, and the news don't even have the actual concept as to why this is happening. The news keeps saying that it's because people are angry with Asians over the coronavirus. They feel that Asians brought the coronavirus and caused all this havoc in the pandemic, so they're retaliating against them for that. I don't believe necessarily that is the only reason why. I do believe that because the news was put out that Asians, the coronavirus started in China, so that people feel that, okay, they created the coronavirus and now we're all suffering because of it, and people are angry about that. But I don't think the news got the whole story. And I hope that more people start speaking about this, because this does need to be brought out as to the reasons why there are people randomly attacking Asian people. Asian people are walking down the street, walking their dogs, and somebody walk up and punch them in the face or push them down. There's been all kind of things have happened. I'm going to speak about that because there's more to the story than meets the eye. My observations, because this isn't new actually. The attacks on Asians been going on for quite some time now, and it's been kind of kept secret. There hasn't been a lot of talk about it publicly. But about the coronavirus, that is the reason why the news media feels the Asian population is being attacked. I would say that is part of the puzzle, but that's not the only piece of the puzzle. Another piece of the puzzle is jealousy. Asians come here from parts of Asian countries, China, Singapore, even Filipinos who come here, people from Korea, people from Japan. They're over here doing well. Many of them own businesses. They're successful. Some of them open up businesses in black communities, and they'll go to black communities because white people don't want to go there, and they will open up corner stores, dry cleaners, Chinese restaurants. They'll do it, and they'll work there, and they're becoming pretty wealthy actually, quietly. Quiet as kept. Many of them are doing quite well. Have several businesses. Sometimes they have 3 and 4 businesses, one family. And I'm going to speak about the black community and Asians too in just a moment. That's a jealousy. These people are coming over here. They're very serious about school, Asians usually are. So they do really well in school. They're getting the college degrees. They're going to the top universities. They're landing the high-paying jobs if they don't start their own business or their own company. People are jealous of that. People feel like they make Americans look bad. They're coming over to our country, and they're getting, because their grades are so good, they beat out Americans for scholarships. So they're getting the scholarships. They're getting into the best schools. They got the best grades. They're getting into the best careers. Most of them, especially like I said, I'm from the Bay Area, and I'm near Silicon Valley. It's not very far away from me, which is all tech. Google and Apple are all there. And the majority of people who are working at these companies are Asian and Indian. And they are making, really high salaries. They're very successful people. Some of them quiet as kept are millionaires, but they don't publicly let people know that, but they are. They're doing very well, to make a long story short, and a lot of Americans may be jealous of that. These people are coming here from other countries, and because we don't, a lot of Americans, they don't take school seriously. Well, Asians do. They come here. They're not coming here to play around. They coming here to be successful. They coming here to get, as much knowledge as they can, and they get into business, and they're just very motivated. They're very serious. Even the ones I remember going to school with, going to college with, they were very motivated. And a lot of Americans are jealous of that. They're jealous of that because we all know the nerds are the ones who do well when we get out of high school. In high school, the nerds are not, I like nerds, and I've always loved nerd guys. But in high school, nerds are not really looked at as the one that you want to be with. But when you get out of high school and you become an adult and you're out in the real world, the nerds are the ones who are successful. The nerds are the ones that end up being your supervisor. So, and everybody knows this. So I believe that some of the attacks on Asians is jealousy. Many of them are very successful. They're doing very well economically. Many of them are. And I think that is jealousy. That's all it is. It's pure jealousy. A lot of people feel they're coming over here and they're taking over and they're taking our jobs, which is crap. Because even if you try to get that same job as an Asian, but you don't have the credentials, you don't have the education, you weren't a straight A student, you didn't get the degrees, you're not going to have that job. So they didn't take your job. That job didn't belong to you. But that's what people think. And that might be some of the reason why they're being attacked. The coronavirus and jealousy because Asians are successful, and everyone knows that. Now, I'm going to speak about something the news doesn't touch on because it's controversial. But a lot of the people that are attacking Asians are black males. They're not attacking Asians for the same reasons that I mentioned. The coronavirus, jealousy. Well, jealousy plays a part of that too. But it's opportunity. Because a majority, if you look at the news and they show people who've been caught attacking Asians, and it's usually elderly Asians too, which is really horrible, they tend to be black males. Black males are not doing this for the same reason that white males are attacking Asians. Black males are attacking Asians, and that falls in the category of opportunity. They feel that these people have money. They can go in a black community and rob other elderly people. These elderly people are black. They don't have much money. But Asians do have money, and everybody knows this. So they are attacking, and they're opportunists. They're taking advantage of the fact that Asians are very wealthy and successful people. They are robbing them. And they feel that their English isn't good enough to identify me in a lineup. All black people look alike to people who are not black. So if I rob this Asian person, elderly person, and they can't even speak English well enough to say who I look or describe me, I might get away. That's the reason why black males, and many of these black males who are robbing Asian elderly people and beating them up, are drug addicted. I've been watching the news, I've been seeing the attacks, and these guys are drug addicted. They have drug problems, they're homeless guys, the type that don't have any money, and they have habits. So they're looking for opportunity, and they feel like, I can do this to this person. This person don't speak English well. They can't recognize me probably, and they can't even describe me, so I might get away. And even if I do get caught, they can't identify me usually. Also, easy targets. They feel like, this person's 80, 90 years old, I can knock them down and snatch their purse. What are they going to do about it? Or I see an elderly Asian man, I push him down. What are you going to do about it? So this is horrible, but this is what's happening. The black male's reasoning for attacking and robbing Asians is opportunity and easy targets. The white man's reasons is jealousy and the coronavirus. Two different things. Now, I want to say this. This isn't going to end well. Because I've been watching the news and I've been seeing that there are people who are now patrolling the Chinatown areas where the Asians usually have all their businesses. Well, now there are volunteers patrolling, usually younger guys in their 20s, Asian, of course. that are patrolling to make sure that the elderly people are safe. They're watching people coming to and fro. They're on certain streets, like the main streets in the Chinatown area, and they're just making sure that everybody's safe. They're watching. But another aspect of the Asian community is also watching. They're called the triads. A lot of people don't know outside of Japan and China, don't know who the triads are. That's Asian organized crime. A lot of people know who they are who've been in the prison system. I know who they are because I have watched a lot of Asian movies. The triad is organized crime, and they're like the Asian version of the Crips and Bloods. They're very well respected. Even black gangs don't mess with them. They don't want any problems with the triad. Okay? They separate. They don't bother them. They leave them alone. Okay? Because these Asians they're not a joke. Okay? They more ruthless than the black gangs. And everyone who knows about the triad knows this. Well, the triad's gotten wind of what's been going on with the elderly Asians getting beat up and robbed in major cities around the country, and they're pissed off. And I watched a news report that mentioned, one of the patrollers said that he saw on some Facebook posts that the triads are going to descend upon areas like Oakland and San Francisco where these attacks are going on, and they're going to protect the elderly Asians. And when I heard that, I remember being concerned about that, because I believe the triads are not going to be polite. They're not going to be like the police and just say, well, be careful at night. It won't be polite. The triads are going to come with force. And I think the people who are doing this, like for instance, if one of the triads see an elderly Asian person getting beat up by a young black guy that's a drug addict, they're going to kill him without batting an eye. That's what's going to happen. And maybe that's what it's going to take to stop these attacks. The Asian gangs is stepping in, and they're already saying on Facebook and social media they're tired. And they're going to step in, and they're going to stop this problem. And they're talking about stopping it by, if they see an Asian person walking to their car or walking their dog and some young black guy run up on them and try to harm them, they're going to kill him without batting an eye. And that's what's going to cause, the Asian black community to have some issues. We already know that. But it's already an issue, because when they show on the news these people who have been seen as the perpetrators of these attacks, the black community do not turn them in. And I know some people know who these guys are, and they will not turn them in. So since they won't turn them in, if the triad has to come in and start handling these guys the way they choose to handle them, the black community shouldn't get mad. You know who these attackers are. You won't give them up. You won't say who they are. You let them go around beating up old people and robbing them and hurting them and stuff. So if these old people, they have people stepping in to help them, you shouldn't say nothing about that either. We'll see how that goes, because the triad is all over Asia. They have, I don't know how many members of the triad. Nobody knows their numbers exactly, because they've been around a long time, but they're very organized, and there's a lot of fear about them. So nobody knows exactly how many of them it is. But we'll just say this. They're in the jails, in prisons in America, the Asian gangs stay amongst themselves and nobody bothers them. And for that to happen, you know that these guys are not no joke. Okay? They're not a joke. The black gangs don't mess with them. The Aryan Brotherhood don't mess with them. The Mexican gangs in prison, nobody mess with the triad. So for the triads that are out to say they're going to come in and help, that's going to be interesting to watch. But this all can be prevented. Stop blaming Asians for what happened with the coronavirus. Stop looking at another group and saying, they're the reason why I'm having problems. They're the reason why I'm unhappy, so I'm going to attack them. That needs to stop. You can't, it's just projection. It's blaming somebody else for my problem. Blaming somebody else for the way my life is. That is what's happening, and it needs to stop. it needs to stop, or somebody gonna put a stop to it. That's what's gonna happen. And I'm just gonna be watching and hoping and praying that we can come to a resolution of this, and that we don't have all this fear and hatred that's developing and swelling because of what's happening. You know, black people get mad when people don't like us, but our behavior causes people not to like us. It's not color. But I'm going to let you go. That's all I wanted to speak about, was about this subject of what's going on with Asians being attacked in the major cities around the country by both black and white, but majority black, for different reasons than the white people are doing it. But it's happening, and it needs to stop. Have a good day. Bye-bye.